Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Twinning with Rice and Cookie. I'm Rice.
And I'm Cookie, and today we are playing more of Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Maybe we'll finish it today.
I think maybe we will.
It's very possible. I don't know, because like each world has these 2 extra levels that we have not done, so maybe we unlock those. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
Rice, and Cookie, I thought you should know, you have a loopy hair.
Yes, thank you. Those are the worst.
I know.
So do you want to start today, Rice, or do you want me to start?
Sure, I'll start.
Okay. All right, you're in.
All right. Well, I have lots of plans for this weekend.
Oh, really? What do you have planned?
Errands.
Oh, I also have errands. I'll tell you about them, when you finish telling me about your plan.
Okay, well, so obviously I'm going to the farmer's market because that's an every week thing.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I have to pick up my new hiking shoes because they came in.
Okay.
Granted, I ordered these shoes back in January, but they're ready now, so I'm gonna pick them up. No! Wow, that was embarrassing. Yes, I'm gonna pick up my hiking shoes because they're in. And then I'm going to go to PetSmart to get something for Ripley to chew while we brush her. I'm gonna go to... Darn it, I'm just gonna give up on that.
I mean, you could just ride the thing down there.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the landscaping store and buy some mulch for the front flower bed.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Did you see the email?
See you Tiger wants
from the composting
See you Tiger
service?
wants. What email?
I got an email.
Oh, about picking up dirt.
Picking up compost.
Oh yeah, good call.
Yeah,
I didn't have my mic out.
I did see that, but I haven't done anything about it yet.
I just didn't know if that was part of your schedule. And Losty is here. Hey Rice, hey Cookie. Hi, I love the hype elephant. And is that a cloud? At first I thought it was a ghost. I'm like, how appropriate. There's ghost shy guys in this level, but I don't think it's a ghost. I think it's like a cloud face.
Oh no. Okay.
So what other errands are you planning to run this weekend?
See you Tiger wants to go to the game store where he buys his magic cards.
So are you going with him, or is that like,
Well, it's part of, like, it's right by where I'm picking up my shoes, so we're going together.
Okay.
I mean, I'll probably, I don't know if he wants to go in the outdoor store too. Oh, he wants to look for sunglasses at the store, so I might go into the game store with him too. Oh, this is the big one. We're gonna go to Home Depot because garden things. So I designed a PVC drip irrigation system for my garden.
That's so advanced.
And I am just so excited because I think it's gonna work out really well. It's gonna be a big improvement from our sprinkler system we were trying last year. And actually last year, we took an old hose and we poked some holes in it because we're like, oh, we can do drip irrigation this way because we had seen like that you can do that.
Yeah.
But it just didn't. Oh my gosh, the thing's alive. It just didn't turn out very well.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is.
No, yeah, it's very complicated.
I need more
eggs. Man, this thing's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. and Losty, like, you're surprised at it being alive. And also, because I had commented on the little cloud emoji thing, and I think they asked, is this better? And it looks like a Pegasus head, maybe? I'm not totally sure.
How is he not dead yet? I've hit him a million times.
Yeah, you've got to be close.
I think it's just one more, but like he's jumping really high now.
Hard to hit.
No. Okay. What?
Still alive. He's a fighter.
Still alive after that.
I bet she's gonna give you the key though when you kill him.
Probably. Where'd he go? Did I beat him? Oh.
Like I said, I think he's gonna give you the key.
Oh, good.
There you go. You got it.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, so my drip irrigation system, I think it looks really good. I've watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos for how to do it. And I'm just pumped. So yeah, I'm gonna buy all the stuff and I might build it this weekend too. I was thinking also about turning over the soil in one of the beds so I can plant some of my cold weather crops, like my kale and my beets and my kohlrabi.
GG, says Losty.
Thank you. Thanks for listening to my boring chores and errands story. But I think that's about it. But yeah, very busy weekend for me.
So what I have on tap for this weekend, so I asked Rice to buy some apples for me from the farmer's market because, you know, they're local and they're super cheap. So she's gonna get me some apples. So I've got to go up to her house and pick them up. And so while I am doing that errand, I'm actually gonna go to the library. I think your library that you go to.
Okay.
Because it has two things. So the thing is, my book club, we finished our first book, and so we have selected our second book.
No.
And
Sorry.
It's not widely available at the libraries in the county, but it is at that location, as is the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants books, because...
Oh man, you're gonna give that another try?
Well, so the thing is, I had, so we finished our book club book this past week. Like, Monday was our meeting to, like, talk about the end of the book. So, so we're taking this week off, and then next week, like, we're not gonna have a meeting this next Monday, because it's gonna be like, okay, now we're starting the next book. So we have like another, you know, a week to read that, and then, or at least like, you know, the first however far we're going. So I was like, with all this extra time, I'm like, I can totally read a book in between. And plus, this book that we're doing next is, so it's a pretty short book. I think it's only like 300 pages or something. So
okay, that is pretty short.
Yeah, so, and I think we're dividing it up between two meetings, so it's going to be like 150 pages per week. So, point is, I was like, I'll have some extra time, so that's when I was like, okay, I think it's finally time for me to finish this Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants trilogy, because I read the first one forever ago. I'm going to guess like maybe almost 15 years ago. That's how old we are.
Wow.
And so yeah, I'm gonna read the whole trilogy. It's not like
pretty
it's
exciting.
long. Yeah, I think because I read the first one, I was like, you know, I just don't see the appeal. Like, it was fine. And as I'm reading it now, I'm like, it's still just fine. You got a checkpoint though.
I know. I just didn't know there was going to be that hole there.
But I have also made a pretty big decision. So,
what's that?
Well, as you know, I like to finish things, whether it's like, you know, a movie, a book, whatever, dessert that's just around the apartment. I like to finish it. So, but while I was working on my jigsaw puzzle over the past couple of weeks, I was watching New Girl. Because I'd heard good things about it, and then I decided, it's fine. And so I was originally going to just watch the whole thing. I've already started it. I should do what I'm best at and just finish it. But then I was like, well, as I said, it's just fine. And I know that there's a bunch of shows out there that people tell me are really good. So I'm kind of like, I've seen now, like, I think about 4. I'm on season 4, I think, of New Girl. So I've seen about half of it. And I'm like, I'm okay with stopping there. Because now that the puzzle's done, it's like, I don't need it on in the background anymore.
I'm gonna die in this room.
You should throw an egg at that thing. Okay, that worked. But I think that's it for my, oh no, well, I guess this weekend I also have to go grocery shopping. That's pretty important.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of a given. Well, I was really excited because I finally got my email from Sitka Salmon.
Yeah.
That my fish is going to get delivered in 2 weeks. The thing is, like, they're supposed to email you 2 weeks before. But I was like, well, we're getting, like, to the halfway point of this month, and I haven't gotten anything. But I did get my thing, so I was very excited. And I'm getting it the last week in April.
Okay.
But it's going to be crab, cod, and rockfish. Which rockfish I'm not a huge fan of, but I'll still eat it.
No, I don't even know what rockfish look like.
I don't either.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna guess it just looks like a standard big fish.
Oh, I've been in here. So many pipes in this section.
Oh, they don't look that big at all. Well, there's a person holding it. It's bigger than what it looks like in the pictures.
Okay.
I mean, they're not like huge though. I'm gonna say maybe it looks like it's about 1 foot long. Maybe like 1 to 2 feet long.
There's multiple kinds of rockfish, so I think, like, I know
this one looks
dusky.
Bigger. You think it's a dusky rockfish?
I think that's maybe the kind that we're getting.
Okay. Okay, there's a picture here with it next to like a ruler or a tape measure.
Okay.
This one is, yeah, it's between 1 and 2 feet, like closer to 2 feet long.
Okay. Yeah, so we're getting that too. And I'm just really excited because it's been a while since we've gotten a new box of fish.
We've
Ooh, I don't want to fall there again.
No, you don't. Well, I've the thing I talked about this last week, the curry I made.
Yes. Did you finally finish it?
No, we're still going. So I think I made it on like Monday last week. I think maybe it was like Tuesday. Yeah. And so the thing is, usually when I cook, I plan for it to last us like 4 meals.
How am I supposed to beat
not 4
this
meals,
guy?
4 days, but like 4 days between both me and Argus. But yeah, this one's lasted quite a bit longer than that. So I also love curry, but here's the thing. I didn't quite follow the recipe because I'm like, I'm going to improve it by adding more vegetables and stuff. But then it kind of ruined it. Like, it still tastes okay, but just like it really diluted like the spices and stuff. And so I kind of regret everything, and I should have just followed the recipe. And I also shouldn't have doubled the recipe because we have a lot.
You could freeze it.
I know. I mean, it's too late now. So like, I have 1 more day of mine, and then because like I divide it in half, and so for Argus's half, I added chicken. He has more than I do though, because like he had a doctor's appointment where he wasn't allowed to eat for a day, so like he missed a day doing that, and then I think he missed another day from something else too. So he's just kind of like further behind than I am. I don't know. He probably has like 2 or 3 more days left of his portion, so I'll probably help him eat his. But I feel bad because like he's like okay with curry. It's like totally not his meal of choice, and here we are eating it for like 2 weeks straight.
Oh, this is so annoying.
Because you keep running out of eggs.
Yeah, and there's nothing to give me eggs.
But I also love curry, and I know for like I made this recipe before without making modifications, and it was really good. And so for me to have ruined it and to also double batched it was all a mistake. So, and I should have frozen some of it when I realized there was so much. But it's all right. We all learn things.
Well, so I made this. So last week, or I guess this week. So I'm doing my one international cuisine thing per week. So this week I did Greek, and so it's like I really like Greek food. Sea Tiger's not as big a fan, but I decided to make this feta brined roast chicken. And so you take a whole chicken, you brine it with this like feta water mixture, and you let it sit for a while, and then you bake it. The thing is, so they have you sear the chicken first in a whole bunch of oil, and then after that you transfer it to the oven. So I was like, oh well, I'll use my cast iron because it can handle going from the stove to the oven. But the thing is, I think the recipe wanted me to use a bigger pan because there was just it was way too thick of a layer of oil, and I'm like, I feel like I should dump some of this out, but I didn't because I didn't want to, I didn't want to not follow the recipe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just didn't. So anyways, it was a whole disaster because the oil kept splattering within the oven. I haven't cleaned the oven yet. I need to. Finally. Yeah, so it was splattering and it was smoking. So like the entire kitchen got like coated. I mean, like it went through the whole house. It set off the upstairs smoke alarm.
Oh no.
And so I mean,
you're
not
all
like
maxed out on eggs. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Yeah, so it was just like this whole horrible experience. And like the chicken was good, but I wouldn't say it was like outstanding. I mean, I really like it, but what we decided. Oh, also when I was taking it off the bone. Are you kidding?
Yeah, it was a good shot.
It doesn't work.
I wonder if because there's like different colored eggs that
yeah,
they have special powers or something.
Oh, good. These do replenish.
Oh, that's nice. That's a lot faster than harvesting from the mice.
But yeah, so what I decided was, I
think you still should check the mice though. I don't know that you're maxed out on eggs.
Oh, you don't think?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so then when when it was time to take the chicken off the bone, it wasn't coming off the bone easy. So I was just like all frustrated because I'm like, oh, this whole process has been not ideal. So what I decided to do in the future was if I want to do Greek chicken again. Oh, do you think this is full?
You're all set, yeah.
Okay. So I decided I'm going to do from now on is, yeah, but that one just disappeared.
That was a good one.
It was a good one.
Nice.
Oh no! Oh good! Whew.
You got it!
With one egg to spare.
Perfect.
Huh.
Yeah. Lassie said you probably need to max your eggs and not miss any shots. But yeah, it's definitely like the double. Oh my gosh.
That red one?
Just so you know, the like phantom like prediction of what you were doing, you just walked straight off the cliff. So don't do that in real life.
Thank you, Lasty, for the claps. Oh, so what I decided to do is if I want Greek chicken again, I'm gonna just cook it in the slow cooker because, you know, the meat just falls off the bone really nice. So I'm just gonna do that. Oh no. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that and then put whatever Greek seasoning on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I think that's a good way to handle it.
When we do Greek, we cook the chicken in the oven. I mean, we do boneless chicken. And yeah, we just put it in the oven, and then after that, I just toss it with spices, and that's it.
Yeah. So like that's what we're gonna do from now on because that was just like a huge pain in the butt. I mean, it tasted good, and like I've been eating the leftovers for lunch, and I've been. Oh, we're gonna do this first.
You don't want to go down. Oh, you don't want to go down that pipe.
I mean, I will. I just wanted to do this first. Oh.
Yeah, I would have just skipped this, but that's just me.
It worked out well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Dude,
what?
No. Well, you get the checkpoint, but you should go back down.
Why?
Because it looked like maybe you could go further right.
Than the tube?
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. Yeah, and today for dinner I had a Greek salad, and that turned out pretty well because like I bought tomatoes and cucumber at the farmer's market and feta cheese and olives. And then I put some of the chicken on it too. So it turned out to be are you kidding? So it turned out to be a really delicious. No.
That's why there's a checkpoint, yeah.
Yeah, but there've been like no coins.
We're also almost out of lives.
That's what I was kind of getting at. There've been no coins, so.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like this like carnival music it plays.
Yeah. All right.
Whew.
That was phase 1.
I'm supposed to jump on this thing?
I'm guessing that it floats down the lava river.
Yep. I don't know if I can make it go faster, but I'm just gonna keep sitting on it.
Yeah, I would keep sitting on it. I'm also like half expecting some monster to come out of the lava, but it hasn't happened yet, so fingers crossed that nothing happens.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is just a waiting game.
It seems kind of strange to put in the game, you know. Maybe it's like one of those things where if you were to jump, then like an enemy would show up or some, you know.
Maybe. Even more incentive to just keep sitting here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, totally unrelated to anything, Rice. But I learned today, because I told you about the tea shop that I go to, where you can just get a lot of loose leaf tea.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently,
you know what? I think this is some kind of like, not a glitch in the. Oh no, there's something coming. Fish.
I see. You're doing great. Nice.
Yes.
Anyway, so
I think this is probably the final boss.
Probably, yeah. Be careful.
Yeah.
Well, the tea place is opening 2 like branch locations, kind of.
Okay.
Because one of them is more like it's at like a gym and it's just like a little area where you can buy some tea. Like I don't think you can sample it.
Okay.
And then the other location is like a little tea tasting room kind of thing. I think what you should do, I mean, you've got to just kill the ground.
Yeah, the platform. Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, since there's like an infinite supply of eggs, I would just like I would even just shoot from higher up.
Oh, but you have to
jumps.
make sure. I see that. I don't know why
He jumped up there.
I know he did.
He's terrifying.
No, I need more eggs.
Don't bother with that.
With what?
That don't. Just work on the ground. We don't have enough lives to worry about such things.
No!
Just
Mario!
Be careful. I know it's easy for me to say.
Just is annoying that... No! It's annoying that I have to go all the way around, you know?
Yeah, like it starts going up instead of down.
Yeah.
You're so close.
Darn it. No!
Need eggs. You got this.
I don't think he can get up there anymore.
I mean, if he climbs up the side, he can.
Hmm.
That sucks. That really sucks.
I thought, here, I'm being so smart.
You are being smart.
Get away from me. Okay, perfect.
But you're gonna need a
I
bigger...
think I need to get... I know. That's not low enough. Darn it.
There you go.
Over here. Darn it.
I don't even know like what you hit instead.
I hit one of the yellow ones.
Hmm.
So it made it green now.
I see.
Ah!
You didn't even want that.
I didn't. I apologize to everyone watching.
No, you're doing a great job.
What?
He gotcha.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Well, you know, I'm glad that's what happened instead of what, again, the little forecast thing keeps getting it like so wrong and it terrifies me.
Ah!
You're doing better than I would, says Lasty. Probably better than I would too.
Did he die? Oh.
Oh, I
He
guess
finally
he
fell in.
finally fell
Finally
in.
fell in the sky.
Oh my gosh. Because I feel like I would have just thrown the eggs blind and hoped for the best.
Mm.
You know, just throw them from up when you're in the air.
Yeah.
But you did it. And because the thing is, like, I I was just so nervous because we only have one life left, and I was like, man, that added pressure. All right, we will create some suspend points.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the hype elephants. Oh boy.
All right. Oh, sorry, I gotta swap. All right. Whew. Well, anyways, I think so the tea shop, the one with like the taste, oh man, it's like the tasting room I would like to go to sometime, like, you know, if we're both back in the office sometime, and like,
wait, so where is it?
it's kind of near downtown, like it's not like super downtown, but you know, towards downtown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd totally be up for going. I would still also, I was interested in trying that mead
Oh my
place.
gosh. Me too. I mean, well, I want to go and like do the flight.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I thought I was gonna... No, it wasn't travel related. I don't know.
Okay.
Wait, so where's the other tea place? You said there's one where you can just buy the teas and not really taste it?
Well, yeah, that's at it's in Tonawanda.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. So at least if you know what ones you like.
Well, because that's the one that's like a gym kind of. What?
What do you mean it's a gym?
It's a gym. The place is a gym, but then they've got like a little station where you can buy your tea. So it like doesn't even count, but
yeah.
Because the place that I go to is just like a shop, and again, I think they have like classes where you can like sample different teas, but I've never done one of those because COVID. But because I really enjoy the shop because you can just like smell all the different teas, but then you're just buying based on the smell. And I've bought some teas that like smell amazing, but the flavor isn't like super strong, and I want more flavor. So I've been doing like twice the amount of tea leaves than what the recipe, or it's not even the recipe, but than what they call for. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been with my tea because, you know, for Christmas, our dad got me tons of just plain black tea.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been doing is I'm making a quart of it at a time, and I've been making it double strength.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I make myself a cup of tea, I fill about like half to 3/4 of a cup of the tea, and then I fill the rest of the cup with milk.
Mm-hmm.
And then I microwave it, and I have a little of my chai mix in there, but like really I don't like the chai mix because it kind of turns gelatinous and weird.
I see.
In the liquid.
Yeah.
But I add a little bit of honey to it too, and it you know, it tastes like a chai latte, only, you know, not sickly sweet.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good way to go about drinking that tea, because just plain black tea is so boring, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can do like the little latte technique with just about any tea. So if you wanted to make like an Earl Grey one, you could, or a London Fog. That's what it's called.
I had cause you let me, gosh, I hate this thing. Okay. Because you gave me some of the black tea, because I had some plain and I wasn't too into, because it's just a plain black tea. It was pretty boring. Because I did try, because I had some dehydrated strawberry tops that I made. I made them last year to make strawberry tea and like add strawberry flavor to tea. Because I was gonna like try experimenting, like making my own tea. It didn't really work out because I decided it just didn't taste good enough to really be worth my time.
Yeah, didn't you do a carrot top tea?
I did, and it tasted kind of carroty, like a tea. Oh my gosh, oh no. A tea that was kind of carroty flavored, so that was kind of interesting.
Oh, I got my Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury.
Good, I'm so glad.
So, and then one of my other friends, she said that she's gonna buy it too.
Okay.
Because the thing is, it's like one of our friends, he's like, oh, I don't want to play it if there's not four. Like, not four of us to play. And so I was like, well, I'm interested too. So, like, if we find a fourth, I'll play. And then when I, decided to buy the game, then my other friend was like, oh, I'll buy the game too. So, so the four of us are going to play.
Nice.
So I don't know when yet, but it's in motion.
That's
I got
good.
the game.
I'm glad.
And we could play it too on stream, right?
Yeah. We could definitely play it. Because we could play either the Bowser's Fury part or the regular 3D World part. So I assume if your friends want to play 3D Worlds, then we could play Bowser's Fury, just so that you're not playing the same game twice.
I mean, or it could just be, I play with you after I've played with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was pretty excited to get that in the mail the other day. Watch out!
I know. These things are terrifying. Somehow I thought I was going to be going down this way too.
I thought you were too.
I'm just going to avoid those things best I can. Oh, good.
Perfect.
Oh, gosh. Whew.
Well, so I'm just going to update our viewers on what I did last weekend. Last weekend, Sea Tiger and I went golfing for the first time this year, and we went golfing with my in-laws. I golfed okay. It wasn't too terrible. I was afraid it was going to be really dreadful, but ended up being all right. That was kind of like the big thing. And then we've been doing still been playing Moving Out, still been playing Gloomhaven. So that was basically it for the weekend. But I'm really excited for our golf league to start because it starts in May.
Mm-hmm.
So still a few more weeks before that, but
I'm creating
I'm
suspend points.
It's a good idea. But I'm glad I got out at least, once so far. Hopefully we can get out either this coming weekend or next weekend too.
Do you want to go for the next level?
Well, that level was kind of short, so if you want to go ahead and do another one.
Okay.
You can, because the level I did, it took like half an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so what was I gonna say?
Losty has only played golf in the miniature variety.
Oh, well, that's okay. I know a lot of people who have only played golf that way. We learned how to play when we were younger, which I've heard that helps. But the thing is, like, our mom learned to play when she was married to our dad when she was in her 20s. So, and she got to be pretty good. So, and our grandpa learned when he was probably in his 40s or 50s, and he got to be like,
oh, was he that
really good? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because he was what they call a scratch golfer, which is like you shoot par, which is like really good. Because I do much worse than that. And I think the thing with golf that I think is kind of annoying is that if it is new to you, I think it's kind of hard to get started and get into it.
Yeah.
Unless you know someone who knows how to play golf and they can help teach you the swing and stuff. Like my mother-in-law's learning to play. And my father-in-law, I think, is teaching her primarily. And she's definitely getting better. This is, I think, her third year maybe of playing. But also another thing with golf is it can be very frustrating. So like if you're short-tempered,
oh yeah,
not a good match.
No.
Because like our brother, when he was learning to play golf, like he didn't do too well.
No.
But he's actually like not a bad golfer, but just, the whole learning process was kind of bad for him. But luckily my mother-in-law is very like,
Oh my gosh, I hate these guys. They're everywhere.
She's kind of more of a like happy-go-lucky, with her golf, so that's good. She doesn't get too frustrated when, she duffs it and it only goes like 10 feet.
Oh man, that's the worst thing when it keeps happening over and over again.
Yeah.
How do I get up there? Well, for my, I can't just jump up. For my weekends, I finished my jigsaw puzzle. I feel like that was my really big accomplishment. Oh, no. Okay, sorry. Another huge accomplishment. I did my taxes. It's not fun, but you gotta do them. So I felt pretty good about that.
Yeah, we did ours a few weeks ago. And I was kind of like, I said to Sea Tiger, I'm like, we should just do the taxes, get it done. So then we did.
Oh, good. This is the key.
Oh, that's going to be a game
Just
changer.
blow 'em over.
Yeah.
Gotta look out for the fireballs, but this is really this is how you're supposed to do it. So I'm like, I'm all out of eggs. I don't see anywhere to get more eggs. Just gotta look out for that fire guy, though.
No, you should have kept going. Go, go, go. You need the momentum. You were gonna be fine.
Uh-oh.
Where'd it go?
Do you think my giant boulder's gone?
I don't know. If it killed all the things, I don't think it matters.
I mean,
what are you doing?
Because I feel like
no, you can't jump that high. You gotta just keep going right. I bet you loop back.
No, but I feel like those things respawn. Maybe they don't. All right. Well, we'll power through. See?
Not that way.
There's more. Ah! Okay.
Down the other end.
No.
Oh
no. Okay, we're good.
You're on the correct side of the boulder this time.
Yep, I'm not gonna take it too fast, it's because it just really gets on a roll.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but I decided that this next week we are doing Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
Because, get a little closer to home. Yeah, and I just love Mexican food. Wow, that was lucky.
It worked out. Well, last week we didn't do a movie night.
What?
I know. So, I kind of did, but it wasn't like our official movie night. Because the thing is, it was supposed to be Argus's pick. But what he picked is, the fan edit for the Justice League movie. So it's pretty much a whole new movie. But it's 4 hours long. And so, and the thing is, usually we do our movie nights on Friday nights. But on Friday, we met up with some of Argus's friends and got garbage plates. So, so we couldn't really do it then. And then,
there were more.
I know there were. I hate this. It's all because my boulder's up there. I need it.
And Lassie says the Snyder Cut was so good.
Oh, yeah? Is that that might be the one we're watching. I'm not totally sure. Oh, the boulders. Of course it went back to where it spawned from, but I do think I need the boulder, so I'm gonna go back for
the boulder.
I know.
And Lassie says it's broken down into acts. I would watch them like a show per act.
Okay, yeah, that's what we were planning to do. Oh my gosh, no. No!
Skeletone's here. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey Skeletone.
Okay, anyways, yeah, so we couldn't watch the Justice League fan edit. So because we just didn't have time. Friday night was, we didn't have time, and then our backup is Saturday nights, but Saturday night we did a bonfire. No, I don't have any eggs.
That was the other thing we did.
Yeah, we did a bonfire at Rice's house. And then Sunday, Argus, I think, was doing schoolwork. So I was like, okay, well, while you're doing schoolwork, I'll just do a personal movie night. So I watched 17 again.
Is that the one with Zac Efron?
Yes. And so the thing is, I had never seen it, but I remembered seeing trailers for it. I was like, why not? I'll watch this. It was fine. So that was my personal movie night, but that doesn't count as actual movie night. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a little fire in my backyard. I mean, not a wildfire.
Just a
little bonfire.
Yeah.
And we roasted some marshmallows and did s'mores. And our brother had made these brownies, so we had brownies too.
I brought cashews.
They did not have pot in them, just in case anyone was wondering, because they're not pot brownies.
Darn it! It probably went back over here.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it came back. Yeah, it was all good, and it was nice to have everyone around. Joe, the guy's here. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe. Shoot. Okay.
Whew. Almost let that out of your sight.
I know. I was afraid.
You were petrified.
Yeah. Okay. But
there
good. I was hoping this would happen. Not.
Oh, baby.
But also, I'm afraid my boulder's gonna be gone now. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, I will go back for it.
No, but first, before you do, destroy that honeycomb.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know it's not honeycomb, but it kind of...
yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with you calling it honeycomb.
Oh, I finished one of the books that I was reading, too.
Mm-hmm. What book were you... Oh, that was your series?
No, it was the book that my sister-in-law recommended. It's called The Starless Sea.
Okay.
And it's definitely a kind of... Oh, that's a bummer. And Wavefish is here. Hi, guys. Hi, Wavefish.
Hi, Wavefish.
It's definitely kind of a weird book because I'd say the first maybe 20% of the book, I'm like, I'm not. You fell down again.
Yeah.
Maybe you should destroy the honeycomb once you're above it.
Yeah, maybe. Well, but the thing is, I can get eggs when I'm down there.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I did get new glasses. I'm still getting used to them. It's always just so different when you have new glasses and then you like see yourself in the mirror every time you go to the bathroom. It's like, oh wow, yeah, those are my glasses. But I've always wanted blue glasses, so here I am. I got blue glasses now.
So back to the book that I read.
Yes.
So like the first 20% of the book, I'm like, this book is all over the place. I don't think I really like it. So I asked my sister-in-law, I'm like, does it get better? and she said that, she's like, oh yeah, I got confused at the beginning too, and it does get better. So I'm like, okay. So I did finish it. I enjoyed it. I think I would benefit from a reread just because like the book has a lot of different components. It's like multiple stories within a book. But like a lot of the characters come together at different parts. So I think it would benefit from a reread. Oh my gosh, this stupid baby.
I know, he's the worst.
And Wavefish says your glasses look nice. And Lofty says, can you push the boulder on the honeycomb and break it from under with eggs?
Well, that's what I was trying to do the first time, except I had gone, like, I kept walking to the left, but, so I was gone, like, out of range for too long, so then the boulder disappeared. So I just have to make sure I don't do that this time. Darn it, but I don't want the boulder's too far away. I think it's gone now.
Yeah, you can't hear it.
Yeah.
And Joe the Hat Guy says, Rice was like, anyways, back to my story. Well, the thing is, if I didn't do that, I would have forgotten what I was talking about. And then if someone was really wondering what I thought of this book,
I know this is bold. I was hoping like sometimes he would like follow eventually. It didn't really work out that way. That's all right. We'll get it this next time. Oh yeah, are you done talking about your book?
I'm done. Well, so I did start the third book in my trilogy. And I am liking the third book better than the second because I wasn't a big fan of the second.
Okay. Yeah, I had mentioned that my book club finished our first book. I wanted that. So the first book we read was Daisy Jones and the Six, and it's like a documentary kind of thing where it's like based on, there's just like a bunch of interviews with a fictional band where like each person in the band gives their like take on the events that happened and like what led to the band's breakup. And overall, everybody liked it. I think I feel kind of like, so I listened to it on audiobook, and I'm the only one of our group that did not have an emotional reaction to it at some point. So they were joking like, oh, Cookie's like a robot and she has no feelings. I'm like, no, I think it's just like if I'm listening to a book, I don't think I like absorb the impact of things as much as if I'm actually reading it.
Yeah, and Cookie, you're missing that Wafer said, oh, your bluff didn't work out for, leaving the baby to follow the boulder.
Oh, yeah, I know, it did not work out.
And then Lassie, and then Joe the Hat Guy says, Cookie's like, you done with your story yet? And then Lassie said the same thing. Cookie's like, you done with your story? And then they said, like, twinning, because, they're twins too.
Yeah. Okay, here we are. We're exactly where we want to be right now. Perfect. Just gotta navigate these awful... I don't even have any eggs, but okay.
I don't think the eggs do anything to them.
I don't think so either, but I was gonna try if I had any. Okay, here we go.
Skeleton just added, Cookie's like, you done with your story? Hopefully you're not too far away.
I know, that's my concern. Grab the eggs. Oh, good, my boulder. How great. The boulder. But yeah, so I enjoyed the book. I do think, because I read another book by this author, and I think I liked that one better. The other book was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Oh, that's nice.
And Wafer says it's always awkward when everyone's like, oh my god, it was so emotional, and you're just like, nah.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
I was gonna say, put that egg away.
I couldn't remember how. I was pressing like the R and L buttons and it wasn't working. But yeah.
No, don't bother. The rock's gonna kill it.
But I wasn't sure because it's like high up, it's on the ceiling.
The boulder can handle it.
You think? Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah. You're right.
Of course I'm right.
All right.
The boulder's the best earthbender ever.
No. Okay, we're good.
Wow.
We're good. Oh my gosh. Whew. That was total disaster. Could have been really bad there.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Piece of cake.
Says Rice is so smart. Wow,
oh my gosh. He's got it. He's got it.
I know. What are you gonna do about it?
What can I do? What am I supposed to do with that thing? Should I have ground pounded him? There's no checkpoint at all. I've got and I'm sure this would be so much easier if I was like more competent at this game, but as it is. And the saddest thing is that there's a 1-up here, but I don't have any eggs ever at this point, so then I can't.
You were almost at the checkpoint. You just had to jump up that thing, and it would have brought you to the save point.
Ah,
yeah. And Wayfish says, the boulder can handle it. Quoted as the boulder.
Quoted as you. That's what you said.
Well, I know, but the boulder can handle it. Because he speaks in third person.
Mm-hmm. Whatever, that works. They can just turn around. Okay.
Yep, don't get too close.
It's fine, it's fine.
Pop, 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 pop.
Okay, here we go.
And Skullsing says, you could say that about any game. It would be so much easier if I were more competent.
I know, for real. Darn it. Is he gonna come over here, you think? No. He's gonna just be stuck in that crevice. Oh my gosh, baby Mario. Oh my god. I was like, yes, I got him. It's... Oh boy, okay. I got this.
And Lassie says, Boulder, I barely know her. Lassie, have you ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? It's an amazing show.
I love it, like, you know, like nothing. Because I would say for me, there are like 3 things that I really love. I mean, aside from like, you know, people, of course I love my friends and family and whatnot, but for things, I love Avatar: The Last Airbender and like the whole universe. I love Harry Potter and I also love Disney. But for me, Avatar is the highest tier of all these things.
I think it's close for me, I think, between Avatar and Harry Potter. Love Harry Potter. Oh, no. Because Lassie says you're talking about the
blue people. No,
I don't know. I don't know who M. Night Shyamalan.
He's the director of the Last Airbender movie, the horrible monstrosity. No,
that was the worst movie. Oh, what a disaster that movie was.
Yeah,
we saw it in theaters.
One of my friends has never seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, but he saw the movie and he's like, you know, I'm all good. No.
Yeah, the movie was not a good representation.
Mm-mm. But also, one of my friends refuses to watch Avatar because he hates the fandom and how everybody like loves it so much.
Stupid baby.
He's gonna come down here. I'm just gonna bide my time. Okay.
When you hit this block, face right.
I know.
What?
Okay. I think we're all right.
Lassie said that he liked the Last Airbender show, but didn't care much for The Legend of Korra. I couldn't finish it. Yeah.
Korra, it really grew on me.
There's parts of it that I like and parts that I don't. I really like the 3rd season. I think that kind of redeems it in my mind.
I like season 4 a lot too.
I think season 4 is decent. I really was not a fan of season 2. That one was my least favorite.
Yeah, I would agree that that's the worst.
Season 1 I thought was just okay, too. So, I mean, yeah. 1 was good enough for me to watch the 2nd. It's really a miracle that I made it to the 3rd season.
I think for me, because like each time I watch it,
Rayfish likes season 1 the best.
I think for me, so I would say season 3 is the best. Oh, shoot, I never came up with a solution on how to handle this guy. Is he chasing me still? Because I think I'm gonna try ground pounding him. Like first I'm gonna throw an egg. Egg does nothing.
Run away.
But I want him to still follow, because I do want to try ground pounding. Not that early, I guess. It was just a shy guy all along.
I guess good call on the ground pound.
I just want to eat him, you know, really stick it to him.
And Skeleton says the blue fooled you, huh? What blue?
The ghost?
I don't know.
I think for me, so for Cora, I really want to get up there.
There's the halfway.
But I've got to go through the door. That's the only place I can go now.
I thought you were going to get to save before going into this door.
I mean, it might be that there's a save point right when I get through the door. No, of course not. That'd be too convenient.
Yeah.
Okay. But so for me, Cora, just like each time I watch it, I like it more. But also I think this past time that I watched Cora, I was like really in the mood to watch Cora, and like I thoroughly enjoyed everything. Like even season 2, I was just really in the mood to watch Cora. I don't know. But so now I say like I like it, you know. I'm not gonna say it's just okay. I do enjoy it.
And Skeleton says no, I started calling Wayfish Skeleton. Well, so what's weird is that I have the Twitch chat pulled up in a browser too, but it's a different color on the screen. And so, I mean, actually, I guess on my chat browser, you're both showing up as orange instead of blue. Whatever. And then Wayfish says, oh, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know which season I like best. See, what I liked about season 3 was I liked that it showed airbenders kind of in a evil way, whereas like, you know, anytime before it was always like, oh, the airbenders are so like pure kind of thing.
Yeah.
It took one person from each element.
Jeez.
Is that Catalan Revenge? Well, thank you for following.
Gosh, this place is like a total zoo.
Oh, and you didn't even jump high enough for the door.
I know. Oh my gosh, this is so dangerous. This whole place is so dangerous. Get out of here. No! Mario!
The baby.
Like, I can't. I never even got a save point, did I?
No.
I don't think so. Wow. Oh man. Okay. Well, I will continue.
Mossy says, Catalan Revenge. Oh, do you guys know each other?
Maybe it's their third sibling.
Maybe.
Man, this stinks. I mean, I guess it was a game over anyways, so it's fine. Whatever.
Do you want me to try the level?
I will give it one more shot, like, you know, just literally one shot, and
okay.
I'll turn it over to you if I can't get it.
And they do know each other. Cool. And yes, they're friends. Do you guys do you watch do either of you stream? Do you watch each other's streams? I don't know anyone else in real life. Oh, you lost the ball.
I know, it was just like a split second too long.
Mhm. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Push it again.
I know. Ugh, I know. I just have to get my speed up.
Mhm. I like the little hearts that they're using. Okay, in real life now. But yeah, virtual friends. Cool. I mean, everyone's a virtual friend right now. Oh, they're in Barcelona. Makes sense. Wow,
Okay.
that worked.
I like this a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't have to go buy those scary flames.
My nemesis, yeah.
And Losty wishes that he was in Barcelona. Oh, and Zapper's here too. Hi, Zapper.
Hi, Zapper.
I also wish I was in Barcelona. I've never been there. I thought about going to Spain, but then I was like, so I went to Portugal a couple years ago, and I was initially looking at Spain, but I was so overwhelmed by how big the country was and everything there was to see. I'm like, I can't pick where I want to go. So I was like, you know what? We'll just go Portugal this time, and maybe I'll come back to Spain, or go to Spain some other time. Also, it's crazy that you guys eat dinner so late. 10 p.m. for dinner.
That's super late.
I mean, not that they eat early in
Portugal
either, but they ate a little earlier, like more at like 8 p.m., maybe 7.
All right, this is new.
Oh,
because I never
yeah,
pressed the jump button long enough. Yeah, so there we go.
This is a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got Sigerborn. Barcelona would be nice. Been there 3 times for a conference, so multicultural. Great food, great people. Yeah, I would love to have the food in Spain. Like, I like to travel partially for food, so that's like one of the things I'm like, oh, Spanish food would be so good. And then Sigurd said, shout out to B Burger Barcelona, best burger place in the world. What?
The whole world, huh?
Barcelona as being a burger place, but maybe this B Burger place is, best place ever. Losty grew up eating dinner at 10 p.m. in the U.S. That's crazy. And Skeleton says that Rice is in bed by 10, right? Actually,
I'm
in bed usually at 9. Every once in a while, if we go to bed early, it's like 8:45. But yeah, I'd say 9 is more of our usual. And Catalan says, well, not everybody here has dinner at 10. For example, I have dinner at 8:30. But more or less, people have dinner at 21, so that's 9. Okay. 9 is better than 10. And I think 8:30 is even better than 9. So, good for you, Catalan.
Oh, one up. Oh, boy. Sorry. I'm pretty excited
look at
about
you.
that.
Good thing I gave you this extra opportunity.
Yeah.
And is it Siger? I'll say Siger. Sigerborn. Crazy Parma ham and blue cheeseburger and twice fried chips. It's otherworldly. That does sound very...
That sounds good.
Sounds very interesting. So I want to give blue cheese another try because I haven't had blue cheese probably since I was a kid, and I'm like, ew, blue cheese is gross.
But didn't you just say that? Because I got those buffalo chicken cashews, and you didn't like the blue cheese flavor.
No, I didn't say that. I was giving it as a warning to people who might not like the blue cheese flavor.
I see.
So I said, I'm like, oh, just as a fair warning though, because I knew CU Tiger, would be interested in them, but I'm like, it has a blue cheese flavor, so I don't think you'll like them.
Gotcha.
But I want to give real blue cheese, like in a block form.
Yeah.
Or a wedge or whatever. I'm gonna give it another try. And Zapper says that he remembers this level being an annoying maze.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just really thrilled to have that checkpoint this time.
Mm-hmm. And Caroline says that that they miss playing this kind of game. Yeah, it's our first time playing it, but it's a Super Nintendo game, right?
Oh, I was just here.
Is this Super Nintendo?
Yeah, it's Super Nintendo.
Yeah, we generally play older games. Lots of Super Nintendo and like Mario, Donkey Kong. Lots of those. We played Overcooked a couple times. So that's like, the newest I think we've really done. Don't you think, Cookie?
Yeah.
Or Bev's newest?
We did play, we played at Abzu. I mean, you weren't here. Like, we were doing virtual.
You and Argus?
No,
you and Argus?
You were here while I played it. It was like one of the first games we played with COVID.
Was that like the water one?
Yeah, you're like a scuba diver.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's also a newer game too. Oh my gosh.
And Lassie says, yes, SNES. And Siger says, pretty late SNES title. Yeah, we never had this game on SNES. But we're playing it right now on...
Shoot.
We're playing it on this, what's it called? Switch. Switch Online. It's there.
Yeah, so we can play together.
Yeah. And Skeletanian says old school. It is old school. Like, kids nowadays, they don't know anything about these awesome games. I mean, unless, like, their parents or aunts and uncles are like, you gotta play this awesome game.
Rice, question for you. I thought we could move these things, but, like, I can't pick it up with my tongue, so does that mean I can't, like, move it over here?
I mean, I guess.
I thought we could move these, though. That's the thing that's getting me.
I think you can maybe move some of them. Can you, like, walk into it?
No.
Oh. Okay. I don't know then.
Okay.
And Lassie says, do you play because that's what you grew up on, nostalgic? Yeah, and I think I just like the gameplay better. And I like the pixelated graphics. I don't know. I just think it's... They just have a charm to them that new games don't have.
Absolutely. Okay, so I know we're back. I remember this part of the maze.
Okay. And Catalan says that they grew up playing with a Commodore 64. And my first console was Mega Drive, Genesis in America. Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of Mega Drive. I'm like, what is that? We never had a Genesis. And I'm guessing a Commodore 64 is a Nintendo 64. We played a lot of Nintendo 64 growing up too.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Zebra said shoot the egg there a while ago.
Oh, like up probably to get that flower?
Probably.
Actually, I never went this way.
Yeah. And Celine says, things you say playing video games, I can't pick it up with my tongue.
It's true though.
Oh, and Lassie said that they were wondering how we were sharing the controller. That's a cool Switch feature. Yeah, because that is a Switch feature, right, Cookie?
What? Like sharing this game?
Like when you give me control?
Yeah, well, it's just with Nintendo Online or like through the Switch. Because because you can you see Y is to swap player 1 and 2.
Where did it even say that? I didn't see it.
At the very bottom, you see at the bottom?
Oh, no, because I'm seeing the details of our Google Meet meeting.
Oh.
But that's okay.
Oh, well, everybody else can see, the menu screen.
Okay.
So that's how we've been taking turns with Mario.
And then Lassie says that Catalan loved so Lassie also loved the Genesis. I'd hang out my friend's bedroom window to play Genesis with them. What? I wasn't allowed to go over to their house. Wow. That is dedication. Were you like in a tree?
Okay, so I think this is where Zapper was saying to shoot up. But that's all it does for me. I just get the... Gosh, I hate these guys.
Can you jump up there though? What if there's something up there?
So it's a good idea. Okay. No, looks like it's nothing. Just dead end.
Okay. Oh no, Commodore 64 is like Atari graphics. I guess I don't know what that is.
I mean, Atari is like another... Oh my gosh, no. Okay. This level is very tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, I was gonna wait for the thing to come attack me, but
yeah, if they're just gonna kind of chill there.
yeah, it's like I'm not gonna wait for them. All right.
And Lassie says that the friend's apartment was under his as a 2-story townhouse. Gotcha. And Skeleton says that Atari came right before the original Nintendo. All right, cool. Thanks for letting me know, because yeah, I had never heard of it. Yeah, we got our Super Nintendo. We were quite young, because it was really our brother's. He got it for Christmas. I think we were probably like 4 or 5 when we got it.
This is a disaster. Just telling you.
Well, you're doing a fantastic job. Just keep it up. That fire guy just, you know, comes in and...
I know, he's the worst. Okay. I mean, I know I've been in here before, but this is the area where I couldn't pick the thing up with my tongue.
Right.
But clearly the arrows tell us to go this way, so there's...
What if you go up? Is there something you can drop down, like one of those big boulders?
You mean like if I go up this way on the left?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, once I go up, I'm trapped up there. And I think it's an area I've already been. Maybe I'll just try throwing that egg, and maybe it'll hit that thing, and,
Oh, I bet that is what you do.
Because then, yeah,
It's a
maybe...
great idea. Yeah, Zapper says shoot eggs. Zapper even says here, shoot eggs.
Oh, okay, okay. I wonder actually if I jump...
No, Losty, she can't, because I asked her that too.
Okay. I'm really bad at shooting the eggs. Okay, there we go.
Oh,
okay,
good.
Perfect, perfect. Something new. Because I was like, this room is gigantic. Like, it's... And I kept seeing that cloud every time I'd pass by. Okay, but we gotta...
Should have gotten more eggs.
I should have, but it's okay. We're good. Okay, cool. Moving onwards. Hopefully we're gonna get a checkpoint. I don't have a key. How am I supposed to get that key down there?
Just one thing after another with you.
I know. Okay, I guess I just have to shoot at it from below, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
Leap of faith.
Yeah.
That worked out.
There we
go.
go.
Do you want to go in that door? Have you been in that door before?
I've been everywhere, I feel, besides progressing. Shoot, not you.
Okay. The skeleton says Rice is savage. Yep. No, but Cookie's been doing a great job at this level.
Okay, yeah, I think I want this door.
Okay.
Oh, man.
You know better than me.
And that's to get more eggs, but I'll be okay. Yeah, I feel like once I get to the corner, yeah, it just kind of stays there.
Watch out for this room.
Yeah, I know.
And you can't kill those guys, right?
I can stomp on their heads. Like, I mean, I think that maybe that would kill them actually, but like you can bounce on their heads and it's okay. Okay. So
you can't.
I've got to fire the.
Oh, you have to hit it again. Oh,
I was expecting that I wasn't going to have to, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. All right, we are finally making progress, everyone. Okay.
Yep, she's got the key now.
Yep.
All ready to go.
All right.
Speaking of the key, that's the name of a movie we made once.
Oh, but yeah, I'm gonna work on the movie. That's one of my plans for the weekend. I'm gonna work on the movie and hopefully finish it. So that's my plan.
You're at the end.
Oh my gosh. Because yeah, that was one of my plans for the weekend, is to work on the movie. Because the thing is, I had to finish my jigsaw puzzle before I could do that. So,
gotcha. And Lassie says that you're a pro at throwing them eggs now. And Zapper looks like he's wiping some sweat.
Yeah.
Off his head. Oh, you got a slot machine game.
All right.
Here we go. 7s.
What about cherries instead?
I mean, cherries are fine. Ow. I don't think we get anything now. Oh, we get 4 tries though.
Oh, okay. No,
Thanks
that's
for the
not
hype
true.
elephants, Lassie.
Oh,
why did it say?
I think
we
we
just
had 4
lives.
lives. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to create a suspend point, 2 of them.
Good job.
Okay. And we will swap players. So now Rice is in. And thank you, Lassie.
All right. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. Cheater. No, well, so the thing is, like, we create these save states all the time just because we've accidentally loaded save states when we thought that we were creating them. And so, so now we just kind of always create 2 as a backup, because the thing is, like, the game saves on its own automatically. Like, after you beat a level, it saves for you. But we're just in the habit of creating these save states, so we're gonna keep doing it. I feel like it would really benefit us if we just had like a giant pool of lives, you know, because like some games you really rack up the lives, but then the game itself will only like give you 5 lives each time you start up again. But we don't have that because we die too often. So so I feel like the suspend points don't really help us. And Lassie says that Red Yoshi is the best. I don't think they do.
Oh.
I always like blue Yoshi myself. And Skeleton liked our dramatic gasps when the chain chomp showed up. Oh no. Oh,
I realized darn it. Whatever.
I assume, yeah, you just go down, maybe do like a lap on the thing, and you can try again.
Oh, you think?
Maybe.
I think they go away. No, they go away.
No, like the platform things.
Oh. Yeah,
no,
I get
like if you wanted to try again.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, did he chip his teeth? The chain chomp?
Poor guy.
I know. He's just trying to get a nice meal.
I was gonna try and get all these coins, but it's kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't bother getting all of them.
Okay.
But I'm not.
See, I thought the
much of a completionist. Oh no.
Bummer.
Mm-hmm. So Rice. Well, I mean, I told everyone, I think, here that I was, I signed up for like a volunteering thing with my college, my undergraduate college, to like help encourage the current honor students with like doing their thesis.
Yeah.
Oh, I see he did crap his teeth cracked. So yeah, I did my volunteering with that. I mean, so like what's expected of the alums is just to call, like you're assigned 2 students. So you're just supposed to give a call first to like see how's everything going. And then you're supposed to give another call like a few weeks later, closer to the end of the semester. And again, just check in and say, hey, how things are going, and like ask them, you know, what they're planning to do after school, and like give them any life advice or whatever. So,
no.
So only one of my assigned students answered me, because like you send an email just being like, hey, let's schedule time to talk. And so only one of them answered and was like, oh yeah, these times are good for me, kind of thing. The other person, that's fine if they don't want to do it. But So I talked to the girl I was assigned, and I feel like it went pretty well. And then because I was involved in that, I got another email from like the coordinator guy being like, we're doing a little online like seminar where you can like see a couple of the honor students give their thesis presentations, which I never had to do a presentation when I was doing the program. No. So
the platform at the bottom disappeared.
I know. I saw where it was supposed to be. So me and Argus watched their presentations, and they were all right. I feel like a couple of them were kind of boring, but one of them, though, it was talking like about like kind of like ethics-y things. And so since I love The Good Place, I recognized one of the names. They brought up Kierkegaard.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, hey, I recognize that name. That was the only one I recognized, but it's kind of interesting. But then like there was one about like math and education, and like how best to like teach to students kind of thing. I'm like, that's fine. And there's another one that was like about medical stuff, and I'm like, it was all right. But also me and Argus had a continuing dialogue during the presentations, so we weren't like the best viewers, but we didn't have our camera on or anything, so it's not like people could look at us and like judge us for talking during the presentation. So.
Well, that's good.
Wayfush
you
loves
wouldn't want to be judged.
She loves my honest review. Kind of boring, you know.
Oh no.
You're doing a good job trying to handle it. Maybe he'll come back to you.
No, but all of my things have gone. Like, there's no way for me to get back there.
You were doing a good job. I see what you're saying now, yeah. But, yeah. So I feel like, I mean, that was on Tuesday. We did that yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Yeah. Oh, also, side note to everyone. I'm just gonna say this now while the thought popped in my head. We are gonna change our streaming day again. We're gonna change it to Wednesdays. Because we've been watching the show Tough as Nails with one of our friends, and her husband's schedule recently changed, and so like now she has to like do all the fiance. You're right. So they have a kid, and so basically it's gonna work out better for her schedule if we switch to Wednesdays, and then that also works better for our schedule, I guess, especially for Rice because she goes to bed super early. So it'll be better for everyone if we switch.
Hopefully a lot of you can still watch. Our viewers might be doing important things too. Or maybe not important things, but maybe they have other plans. I'm gonna not get that.
Wayfish just asked if me and Argus are still playing through Ocarina of Time. Yes, but we have been extremely inactive. I feel like it's been about a month. So, because I think we have only done 3 streams of Ocarina of Time. I think 3.
Oh, good.
You got a checkpoint.
Oh man.
So, so Wakefish, we were. Well, so I was focused because I was playing. I was playing another video game at the time that was like, I'm gonna just say 3D, and I just kept messing up the controls for Ocarina of Time because I was thinking, you know, like I was doing the controls for the other game. So I wanted to finish that game, and I did, but then I got caught up doing my jigsaw puzzle, and now I'm gonna work on the movie, the 6-minute long movie that's been in the works for like 2 years. So I'm gonna finish the movie, hopefully, and then I think get back to Ocarina of Time. Yeah. Twinnes Day. Yes, back to Twinnes Day on Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah, I think we only did 2 or 3. I think probably 3, because the first stream for Ocarina of Time was just like getting all the tools I need, and then like we left the forest, and I think that was kind of it. Oh no, we did the Deku tree. That was the first stream. The second one was going to talk to Zelda, and we talked to Malon, and you know, met Epona. And then maybe that's when we did the chicken thing, or maybe the chicken thing was the next stream. But basically we're all set to go into the Goron like dungeon thing. That's where we're at. I think
it's about as far as I ever made it in that game.
Yeah, I'm not very far. I'm gonna say because Argus is trying to match my pace as we go. But yeah, so we will get back to it eventually. Hopefully soon.
What's over here?
It's too risky. Yes, Dodongo's Cavern.
Oh
no! You got a checkpoint recently. How many lives do we have? Oh, we're good. Okay. Wayfish confirmed she didn't miss any. That's good. So, yeah. But I really want to finish this movie before I do anything. It's really sad because like I enjoy making our movies, but
doesn't sound like it.
No, I do enjoy it, but here's the thing. I feel like with this movie, it's been feeling more like a chore, and I feel like it's because nobody is really interested in doing it besides me. But I think the fact that I was really like excited to do it like 2 years ago, and then like it took us a while to even do the filming. It's just kind of like been on the back burner for so long that I feel like I've lost all my initiative to really work on it. But I'm gonna finish it. Well, because there's even like a rough draft right now, but then I watched through it and I was like, I actually think I want to change things up a little bit. So it's gonna take a little bit more work. And Skeleton wouldn't mind if me and you, Rice, played Ocarina.
Oh, but it's so long.
See,
that's my real complaint with it.
I mean, there's no way it's longer than gosh, which game was it that took us like forever?
Fire Emblem?
Yeah, Fire Emblem took us forever. This game has also taken us quite a while, but I don't think as long as Fire Emblem. And Wafer says it's entertaining to watch me play the game since she's seen Skeleton play it so much, and I have never played it, and I don't know how anything really goes. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. I just, as I said, I was just confusing the controls, and so I was like, I just want to finish my time at Portia first. But Skeleton says that he's played it maybe like 60 times or so. That's a lot.
Wow. That is a lot.
Yeah. And Wayfish still wants to see us play Unravel. It's side-scroll format. We do like side-scroll format. It's just, you know, I feel like it's just such a confined thing, and it because I feel like 3D worlds to me is just like a little overwhelming. I like the side scrolling, but I will write down Unravel because I'm quite sure. I think we have it on our like to buy list, but I don't think we have it yet. So I'll write it down though. And do you know, Wayfish, could we play it virtually? Although our time playing virtual games is like nearly at an end.
Yeah, we both got our first vaccine. That's new because we got that
last week.
Last week, yeah.
And so we're gonna get our second shot in, you know, another 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks of, you know, waiting, then we'll be ready to stream in person again, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
But yeah, so I mean, even if it's not like a game we can play together virtually, we'll be back in person soon-ish, you know. Give it a few more
I would
weeks.
like to do another cooking stream.
I would too. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've done a baking stream.
Oh, there was a key somewhere. Do you think I should look for it?
I mean, we might have to.
No, it's definitely one of those.
Like an optional one?
Yeah.
Skeleton says that really, he only played Ocarina of Time maybe like 20 or 30 times. He played it a ton when he was young, though.
I didn't know if it was gonna. We're just gonna let it go.
And Lasty likes the idea of cooking streams. We actually have a few baking streams on our YouTube channel.
Do we?
Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of lazy about it lately, but like I'll go on like, you know, weeks worth where I'll just like be really good about uploading our videos to YouTube. Yeah, there's like a whole separate like playlist of just baking streams, and then there's other playlists that are just sorted by whatever game we're playing. So like eventually we'll have a whole playlist dedicated to Yoshi's Island. And Wayfish doesn't know for Unravel if it's if the 2-player is local or if you can do it online, but that's okay. Either way, I'd be happy to play it. There's a bunch of games that I've like been interested to play. Like maybe they're like puzzle based, or just maybe I like the kind of like aesthetic of the game. They're just like on my list of to play, and the list is kind of huge. And then me and Argus keep saying like, we'll just like read people like talking about games or whatever, and then we'll just be like, oh yeah, we should totally play that game soon. And then it's like, you know, when are we ever going to be playing all of these games? I don't know, but someday. Yeah. Yeah, Skeleton says that we should get ourselves a good YouTube following. Yeah, I mean, we have a YouTube channel. I think we have like nobody, I don't know that anyone follows it, but that's fine. The point is just like to have it all in one place, because like on Twitch, your videos disappear after like a couple weeks or something. So gotta make sure that you upload them to YouTube so that you can always look back on all these streams and say, oh yeah, remember what. And actually I did that the one time, because I think we were playing Donkey Kong and we were trying to see.
Oh yeah, because we couldn't remember how to get past a certain part, right?
Yeah, so I went back and I watched one of our previous streams when we played the game before, and I found it.
You're like, wow, we were so smart. Oops, I didn't want to be in here again.
Yeah, they don't even have TikTok. No, we don't. And also, we have an Instagram, but we haven't posted anything in like maybe a year. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a really long time.
I thought about posting the other day when I finished my jigsaw puzzle, but I didn't, because I was like, does anyone really want to see my picture of the jigsaw puzzle?
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
I mean, I would look at it.
I guess I'm gonna say Saiger.
Oh.
I don't know how to say that word.
That's what I've been saying.
Oh, you did? Okay. So Saiger said that Twitch doesn't seem to mind if you just highlight all of the video every time, because then it saves that. But
I don't want to go up there.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
Oh,
look, the end.
There we go.
Nice.
Oh, did you see that Wayfish and Skeleton would want to look at your puzzle?
Oh. I saw that, they said that they would look at it, and I'm like, look at what? Because I've already forgotten what I was talking about. I'll upload it.
Do they like our Instagram page? Ooh, the match card game.
Do you want me to help?
Sure. Okay, I think I've got this.
Okay.
Well, maybe.
I know, I've like already forgotten things. I mean, a lot of them were like side by side or like next to each other.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, those two.
Mm-hmm.
Then there were the two bottom
first
right.
Two. Yeah, the first two, and then the bottom right.
And then also...
And now the rest, I'm not sure.
No, if you go to the far left, that one and that one, those two are a match. So if you go down left, that one. The rest, I have no idea.
Well, 5 pairs, not too shabby.
And Chris Player is here saying hi. Hello, Chris Player.
So I didn't think the POW was on the top row, but I don't think the POW was touching the other POW.
I don't think so either, so I would go with that one. All right.
All right. Look at that.
We did it. 10 up.
10 up? Did we get 10 up?
We're definitely going to create a save state. 2 of them.
Oh my gosh.
That's insane.
Look at all these lives.
We did it. And right before,
Zephyr said top 2.
Okay. All right.
You better create that.
I'm going to create a suspend point. Well, 2 of them, because we always do 2 these days. Got to.
Yeah,
Nice.
but that was definitely an easier one since a lot of them were super close.
Yeah.
And Phil James says Rice is legit excited. Yeah, it's always nice to, completely, get something right.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, because, like, I'm glad I said, like, do you want me to help? Because otherwise I was going to, send that upload to Instagram.
Be paying attention.
And I wasn't going to be paying attention. I wouldn't have helped you. Yeah.
Skills said just be made.
It feels good.
Well, it does feel good.
Especially, like, when we haven't gotten any of those the other times,
Yeah. Yeah, and Zephyr says clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the other ones we were always like, oh, were we supposed to have been paying attention?
Right, yeah.
So...
I shouldn't have gone for that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I just feel like with these things I usually run out of time. Oh, I can kind of...
Those don't hurt you?
I guess not. Cool.
Wow, nice.
That wasn't so bad.
And Chris Player's here, and he says, yay, last level. Oh yeah, this is the last level.
Mm-hmm.
And Wafer says, what in the world?
Okay.
Oh, so, Wayfish, have you watched us play this game much? Because sometimes you can turn into a helicopter, sometimes you turn into... I mean, Baby Mario can take a superstar and run.
You can be like a submarine, too.
Mm-hmm. And you can't you be like a tank or something?
Something like that.
Something that moves slow. Yeah, Wayfish says the helicopter, yeah. It's a interesting feature of this game. And Zephyr says, wow, the end already. See, he doesn't think it was very long. Can't hit them when they're walking towards you. Wayfish said that she hasn't seen much, so it took her by surprise. Gotcha.
Oh shoot, I can't just jump on him. Oh,
no, you gotta shoot eggs at him. It's a Yoshi game after all.
Yeah, actually I want to eat these guys, so...
Actually, does that... Oh, I thought maybe the big guy was spitting out the...
I think he was. Maybe not. Am I safe if I just stay right here?
Oh, Frozen Fury's hosting. Thanks, Frozen Fury.
Oh, thank you. No!
Those Tiki Shy guys.
I need some more Shy
Zephyr
Guys
says
to eat.
don't forget to lick the bubble if you need to.
Oh, yeah,
When
I like
Mario
never
gets
do.
taken. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta wait till they turn around, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta be... No?
You have to knock them off.
And waste more eggs to get... I just killed him.
I don't know then.
See, he like does... He spits them out.
Zephyr says up and Y for getting the bubble.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Oh. I was gonna throw another one,
That's okay.
but all out.
You made it through. Do you want to get some of those eggs?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Oh, just kidding. Okay, if I just stand here, I catch
throwing
him.
them your way.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to tell you, Cookie. I looked into the Giraffe Manor the other day.
Oh, yeah, and you said we are totally going.
Costs have gone like to the moon. It's outrageous. So like before, the last time I remember looking, I think it was like 1,250 a night per room. So like it's half that per person.
Mm-hmm.
This last time I looked, 1,750. So it's almost $900 per person per night.
It is a lot. I'm gonna argue still worth it though.
Okay. Definitely, I was just like, ooh.
For someone whose favorite animal is a giraffe.
Oh, and the thing is, there's a giraffe sanctuary like right next door.
It's not the same.
Yeah, I was reading a blog post about someone who went to the Giraffe Manor, and they're like, yeah, you could go to the other giraffe place, but they were saying like, you know, the Giraffe Manor is not open to the public, so you get tons of time with the giraffes. And you don't have to be around like other sweaty tourists as much. You know, there's the other people who are there with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I was still just like amazed by how much prices have gone up since I last looked.
Yeah.
Oof.
I know, it's a little close. Ah! Don't have a key.
And Zephyr says, can you ride them?
No.
Ride what?
The giraffes. I assume.
No. Yeah, no, you're probably right. You have to jump on it.
I know. Shoot. I'm gonna run out of...
Yeah, you just wasted an egg. You wasted 2 eggs.
I didn't, like... It seems silly to me that I'm all out. Okay. I'll be back.
Yeah, so you can't ride the giraffes. You can get, it's unlimited drinks there.
You gotta just drink it up.
No, but then the one travel blog I found, she's like, but don't do that. Like, don't drink a ton because then, you're going to be super annoying to all the other people. And then, like, you're not going to remember it and enjoy it as much.
That's a good point, yeah.
But yeah, so you can get unlimited drinks. They give you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She said that, like, the breakfast was kind of, like, everyone wanted to get pictures of the giraffe, and it's kind of like, kind of ruined the breakfast experience.
Yeah, I could see that.
Whereas, like, I guess the afternoon tea that you have, it's outdoors, so there's more room. So she said that was better because then, you're more spread out and you can kind of interact with the giraffes. And they also have these little, like, pellets that you can feed them.
Oh, good.
And, then the giraffe, like, gets its long, weird
tongue.
Yeah, so I mean, it looks really cool. It's just like
Yeah,
$900.
that is for sure like extremely expensive. Oh, I didn't mean to go back in there. But
oh, and Wayflesh says that Skeleton just yelled, "It's so cute!" with the big like marshmallow thing you just killed.
no, yeah.
Yeah. And Zephyr says drunk giraffe riding would be one heck of a stream. It sure would.
But the way, so as far as like the price goes, like the way I look at it is if you're there at the Giraffe Manor, like looking back, like I don't think you would ever regret spending the money.
Probably not.
It's one of those things where it's like, but you'd probably regret if you didn't do it, you know? Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
Maybe. I think like definitely.
I forgot what else I was gonna say. Oh, so something that that travel blogger said, because she's like, oh, like, because she had gone to like a few other African countries on this trip, and she did a hot air ballooning thing, and she's like, oh, I paid this much for the hot air balloon, and you know, like per hour, the giraffes were cheaper because you know it's an all-day thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would still love to go because I love giraffes, but don't know when that'll be. Because, I mean, whereas we're almost vaccinated, I know a lot of the world still is not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know when I would be willing to travel again. Internationally, anyways.
Cool.
Safe point.
I would love if I had more eggs.
Oh, this isn't the final boss?
Oh, I guess not. Oh no, I really wish I had more eggs than just 2, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll supply me with more.
Yeah, there's probably eggs in here. You
hand over the baby. Oh, I've got baby Bowser. Young Master Bowser wakes.
Sweepy bye.
Wow, that's brutal. What a bad baby. Uh-oh.
Queen.
Oh no. Oh no.
I don't see where you're gonna get eggs here.
No. I was thinking maybe I just have to
ground pound him?
Yeah. No.
Well, maybe try just shooting
it.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh. Hey! He's on me! I had a real moment of panic there. Shoot. Oops. Oh my gosh, come back.
Yeah, you have to do it right after he lands.
I know. I kept realizing that, but then just in my struggle to stay alive.
And Skeleton says, overreacting by Cookie.
Yeah. Is that it? He's dead? Hey, look!
No, that can't be it.
Yeah, this is the real boss fight starting. All right.
I bet you have to do something different now, too.
Probably something with the eggs.
Probably.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was like a level continuation, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. Oh, look, he's huge.
Wow, that's terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, and he's like telekinetic. Oh, at least I get
At least they tell you.
I missed.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It's weird that you're shooting into the screen.
Yeah.
I guess you gotta aim up higher.
Yeah.
Zephyr says one of the most fun boss fights ever.
That's too high.
Too high. Oof, I thought you were gonna get hit.
I thought it was too. That was probably too high again.
Well, he's getting closer.
Oh!
I didn't see your egg ever come down.
Oh. Well, what happens when he, like, gets here?
Probably end. Game over. Oh! Nice.
Okay. Do you think I have to, like, actually get it in his mouth?
Yeah, I do. And Philippine says Yoshi's got an arm. She played baseball. Yeah, it's too high. Oh, maybe not. You just hit it. Just went way over his head.
Yeah.
It was... Why are they all going so high now? Maybe you can't hit him from that far.
You think? I bet you can. I think I'm just not aiming it right.
I don't know, I feel like you hit him that time. I don't know why sometimes it's just going way too far. That says it's almost pure guesswork.
I was thinking maybe it had to do with when I'm throwing.
Maybe.
Like the times it succeeds, I wasn't paying enough attention, you know?
Yeah.
It's getting really close.
Like that one should have hit him, I thought. Okay. Whatever.
I don't know. How many shots does it take to kill him? Oh, well, he's throwing rocks again, so that's gotta be a good sign.
Well, unless he's making it so you have nowhere to land.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Catalan is gonna go to bed. It's 2:35 a.m. here.
Gosh, that's so...
Good night. Thanks for
late.
watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Shoot. No!
Bummer.
That's okay. Okay. It's pretty close. Oh, I see it's like the end of our stream. Should I give it another try and see how it goes?
I think you should because, you know, it's the last battle.
Oh gosh, already? I didn't realize I could have moved.
And Frozen Fury says, always nice to see you too. Nice to see you too, Frozen Fury. Just, you know, trying to beat some Yoshi's Island.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how quick you killed him that first time.
It's a lot easier when you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll try and throw better. Like, I still don't know what I'm doing, but...
Maybe try and aim a little lower.
Okay.
So instead of aiming straight for the mouth, maybe just go slightly lower and see if it does anything.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's like you have to hit him a number of times or, you know, or if something has to happen.
Yeah. That's too high. Try that.
Yeah, it didn't work. It was a good attempt, though. Frozen Fury says, big chonker incoming. Yep. Yeah, he's a big guy.
Oh,
Oh,
look,
yeah,
I
there you
hit
go.
him. Okay, I am getting better, maybe, you know? I don't even think it went in his mouth, though, right? It just hit him?
Yeah, just hit him. Yeah, that one looks good.
Low.
Oh, a little short. And which says, oh Lord, he's coming.
Yep.
Oh, that's too high.
Too high? Okay.
Way too high.
It didn't look like it was gonna be like way too high, you know?
No, it didn't. I can't look at my Switch because it keeps showing you jumping into all of the holes. Or all of the gaps.
Yeah.
I was gonna say go lower.
Okay.
Like, I think go like right below his chin.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's good. Good advice. You're a natural.
I just get to watch and observe.
Whatever. Oops.
So that one just kind of fizzled on his belly. There you go. You have to be careful.
He's walking faster now.
I know, why is he like shuffling?
Shoot, I didn't mean to actually throw that one.
Can you shoot from the sides? I don't know why you always go back to the middle.
I guess I assumed that it
Oh.
wasn't gonna work.
Yeah, and maybe it won't. I don't know.
It was too low.
Nice.
Thanks.
Nice. Nice.
Thanks. Is that it?
That's it!
We did it! Whew.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you for the tips. And I see Skeleton also gave us the tip to aim lower. It's good. I'm such a meanie, I guess. Someday we'll be back. You'll see.
And Yoshi's Island too.
Yeah. Cause there's like
Are
a
you
whole
controlling
series.
this or no?
No.
I was
Baby
afraid
Luigi.
you were gonna fall into one of the gaps again.
Oh no. But yeah, there's a whole like bunch of Yoshi games that we could play in the future. But this was the only one I've ever played.
The twins are reunited.
Perfect.
You captured Stork is freed.
Oh, good.
How exciting.
That's super exciting. Do we get to see the delivery, or this is just a, this is all we get? It happened.
Teacher says now for 100%.
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, like, as we said before, like, each world had, like, 2 extra levels that, like, I don't know if you unlock them by getting 100% on all the previous levels, but I think we're going to pass on that.
Skeleton says the twins saved the twins.
We did it.
Yeah, we did. I liked that game. I've never played a Yoshi's Island game.
Me neither.
It was cute.
Yeah, and it's not as, like... I mean, it's definitely frustrating, too, compared to, like, Mario, but I feel like it was more relaxing compared to playing a Mario game.
Well, there's no time limit.
And maybe really that's all it is. I don't like time limits.
Yeah, and Creature says, but you must play all levels before it's beaten.
Oh. I think as long as we get to the credits, we can count it as a success.
I think so too. And what were we thinking of playing next? Do you want to jump back to Donkey Kong?
Yeah, we had talked about playing Donkey Kong Country 3 again. Because we could also do Bowser's Fury. You had just mentioned that you got the Mario game. But I'm good with playing Donkey Kong.
Okay. And Creature says these are fake credits like Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, that's such a cruel trick.
Yeah. Gosh, that really threw me off. The first time it happened, I was like, we did it. We beat the game. And no.
Except for this Creature's right. The game's only halfway over. I don't even know how to unlock those other levels.
No, I mean, my guess is you get 100% on the other levels in that world. I mean, maybe there's some different way, but that's my guess. Yeah,
get all the little stars, get all the
flowers,
red coins.
Yeah.
Well, you get K. Rool.
K. Rool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll pass on that. No one needs to see us get 100%.
No.
Zephyr applauds.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it looks like the credits are just the stork flying.
Yeah. I mean, I still feel like...
Creature needs to see it.
No. I don't think so.
You gotta see us watch or play Donkey Kong Country 3 again. It's almost time for bed for me.
I know. I mean, this is later than we usually finish our streams, so we're getting closer to my bedtime too. 100% Donkey Kong Country 3? Probably not.
I think those games are like impossible to do 100%.
Me and Argus are going through the first Donkey Kong Country, and I mean, it's kind of like whenever we think, like, let's play it. Looks like they arrived to their mom and dad. Do we get to see what their parents look like?
Oh, they live in a toadstool. That's cute.
It's Mushroom Kingdom. House. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. heroes are born.
Right.
Well, Mario definitely did more work than Luigi there.
I mean, Luigi just showed up at the end, you know?
Mm-hmm. And Zephyr says Donkey Kong Country series is easier to 100% than this game.
I believe that.
I could see that.
Yeah. And what if the house was abandoned? I don't know. Or like, what if they just weren't
Hopefully
home that
someone
day?
would find them.
Yeah.
Creature says there's a trick to get all coins for the extra levels in Country 3 and Country 2.
Okay.
At least they showed the babies being found. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know. I was afraid that they were going to just show them at the door and that was it.
Yeah.
But
all right.
I don't know.
I don't know. Whenever we meet our nephew, maybe I'll hold him like this. Kind of like Rafiki, only I guess a little different.
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
They might have been plumbers. We can pretend they were. It's a family business.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess that's the end of our stream today.
Yeah, so next time we're going to plan on Donkey Kong Country 3. Yeah, on Wednesday at 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, you have to support the next. That's important.
Thank you all for watching.
Yeah.
And Siger says, thanks for streaming. No problem.
No problem. Yeah.
All
we'll
right.
Be back next
have
week.
a good week, everyone.
All right. Bye. Thanks for watching.